So gang, let's jump right back into this, as this war is, happening and Russia, is attacking Ukraine, has now taken over Ukraine nuclear plantation and Zaporizhzhia facility. Let's just go back into this.
We
We
do
do
understand,
understand,
Maria,
Maria,
that
that
the
the
neighbors
neighbors
don't
don't
include
include
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Andrea
Andrea
Akostikov of
Akostikov of
Carnegie
Carnegie
Endowment for
Endowment for
International
International
Peace
Peace
writes in
writes in
Foreign
Foreign
Affairs
Affairs
this
this
morning
morning
of the
of the
news
news
blackout to
blackout
the
to the
Russian
Russian
people.
people.
Maria,
Maria,
what is
what is
Brussels
Brussels
and
and
others
others
doing
doing
about
about
informing the
informing the
Russian
Russian
people?
people?
At this
At this
point,
point,
the
the
reality, and
reality,
it's
and
a
it's a
sad
sad
reality,
reality,
it's
it's
almost
almost
impossible to
impossible to
get
get
independent
independent
journalism
journalism
going
going
on
on
in
in
Russia. In
Russia. In
fact, we
fact, we
know that
know that
Russia is
Russia
going
is
to
going to
clamp
clamp
down
down
on
on
anything that
anything
they
that they
fear
fear
is
is
a
a
threat
threat
to the
to the
Russian
Russian
military
military
and to
and
the
to the
Russian
Russian
operations. So
operations. So
that
that
means
means
shutting
shutting
further
further
news
news
outlets and,
outlets
of
and, of
course,
course,
even
even
potentially
potentially
fining
fining
or
or
sending to
sending to
prison for
prison
up
for
to
up to
15
15
years
years
anyone that
anyone that
spreads,
spreads,
quote,
quote,
fake
fake
news
news
about the
about the
military
military
operation
operation
that's
that's
ongoing. And
ongoing.
it's
And it's
very
very
telling,
telling,
Tom,
Tom,
that
that
in the
in the
Russian
Russian
state
state
media,
media,
nobody
nobody
talks about
talks
a
about a
war. They
war. They
say
say
this is
this
a
is a
military
military
operation
operation,
and
and
this is
this is
a
a
peacekeeping
peacekeeping
operation to
operation to
protect the
protect the
people of
people of
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
By the
By the
way,
way,
yesterday,
yesterday,
Vladimir
Vladimir
Putin
Putin
repeated, I
repeated,
will
I will
never give
never
up
give
my
up my
conviction
conviction.
the
The
Ukrainians
Ukrainians
and
and
Russians
Russians
are the
are the
same
same
single
single
one
one
people.
people.
Emily
Emily
Wilkins,
Wilkins,
down in
down in
Washington,
Washington,
D.C., is
D.C., is
President
President
Biden
Biden
controlling the
controlling the
narrative or
narrative
has
or
he
has he
lost the
lost the
plot
plot
as a
as a
growing
growing
number of
number of
Congress
Congress
members
members
call
call
for
for
oil
oil
sanctions on
sanctions on
Russia?
Russia?
Well, it's definitely a
Definitely a
huge
huge
split
split
within the
within the
Democratic
Democratic
Party to
Party to
hear
hear
House
House
Speaker
Speaker
Nancy
Nancy
Pelosi
Pelosi
say
say
yesterday that
yesterday
she
that
was
she was
completely in
completely in
support
support
of
of
banning
banning
oil
oil
from
from
Russia. You
Russia. You
also
also
saw the
saw the
bipartisan
bipartisan
press
press
conference
conference
yesterday
yesterday
between
between
Senator
Senator
Joe
Joe
Manchin,
Manchin,
Senator
Senator
Lisa
Lisa
Murkowski
Murkowski
coming
coming
out
out
saying that
saying
they
that
would
they would
also
also
be
be
supportive of
supportive of
this.
this.
I mean,
I
this
mean,
is
this
a
is a
clear
clear
break
break
between
between
congressional
congressional
Democrats
Democrats
as
as
well
well
as the
as the
White
White
House, and
House,
it
and it
puts
puts
pressure
pressure
on the
on the
Biden
Biden
administration
administration
to
to
take this
take this
proposal
proposal
more
more
seriously.
seriously.
At this
At this
point, the
point, the
Biden
Biden
administration
administration
says
says
that the
that the
reason they
reason they
haven't
haven't
done
done
this
this
is
is
because
because
they're
they're
worried
worried
about the
about the
impacts it
impacts
could
it could
have
have
on the
on the
global
global
economy,
economy,
on the
on the
US
U.S.
economy,
economy,
on
on
gas
gas
prices.
prices.
That's
That's
something the
something the
Biden
Biden
administration
administration
is
is
very
very
cognizant
cognizant
of,
of,
that they
that they
have to be
have to be
dealing with
dealing
the
with
inflation
inflation
while they
while
are
they are
dealing
dealing
with
with
this
this
Ukraine
Ukraine
crisis.
crisis.
And the
And the
Biden
Biden
administration is
administration is
also
also
under
under
pressure
pressure
from
from
shale
shale
companies,
companies,
saying
saying
that
that
this is
this is
another
another
area
area
where the
where the
U.S.
U.S.
could
could
be a
be a
little
little
bit
bit
more
more
reliant
reliant
on
on
what the
what the
U.S.
U.S.
produces,
produces,
less
less
so
so
on
on
what
what
Russia
Russia
produces.
produces.
But at
But
this
at this
point, we
point, we
haven't seen
haven't
any
seen any
signs from
signs
the
from the
Biden
Biden
administration
administration
that
that
that's
that's
going to be
going
the
to be the
route they
route they
take.
take.
Elisa, that
Lisa,
line
that
from
line from
Speaker
Speaker
Pelosi,
Pelosi,
quote,
quote,
ban
ban
it,
it,
ban the
ban the
oil
oil
coming
coming
from
from
Russia.
Russia.
Pretty
Pretty
clear
clear
about it.
about it.
And
And
honestly, then
honestly,
you
then
had
you
Jen
had Jen
Psaki
Psaki
coming
coming
out,
out,
the
the
spokesperson
spokesperson
for
for
President
President
Biden,
Biden,
saying that they
saying that they
really want
really
to be
want to be
cautious to
cautious to
protect
protect
consumers at the
consumers at the
pump.
pump.
So
So
what's the
what's the
message,
message,
right? I mean,
right? I
how
mean, how
much
much
has there
has
been
there
a
been a
cohesive
cohesive
message
message
coming out of
coming
the
out of
White
the White
House?
House?
Emily,
Emily,
down in
down in
DC.
DC.
Emily,
Emily,
thank you.
thank you.
To
To
Maria Tadeo,
Maria
to
to
AkaNature, to all
AkaNature, to all
three of you,
three of you,
thank you
thank
very
you very
much.
much.
Some
Some
price
price
action I want
action
to
I want
pick
to
up
pick
on
up on
just
just
briefly,
briefly,
and it
and it
takes
takes
place in
place in
Europe.
Europe.
Euro
Euro
dollar with
dollar
a
with a
brief
brief
break
break
of
of
110.
110.
It's been a
It's been a
while.
while.
100,99998
100,99998
right
right
now.
now.
Let me
Nice quote.
break it
Breaking
down. I
down,
think
I
I
think I
butchered
butchered
that.
that.
I'll do it
Do it
again.
again.
1.0995.
1.0995.
Nailed it.
Euro dollar.
Dollar.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Tom.
Tom.
Lisa,
Lisa,
euro
Euro
dollar
dollar
breaking
breaking
down,
down,
I
I
believe, for
believe, for
fifth
fifth
straight
straight
session.
session.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
it's the
weakest
weakest
since
since
May
May
2020, and
2020,
this
and this
really
really
highlights the
highlights the
divergent
divergent
fates of
fates
both
of
the
both the
US and
U.S. and
Europe in the
Europe in the
face
face
of these
of these
stagflationary
stagflationary
shocks. I mean,
shocks. I mean,
how
Also, euro has went down a lot, as the lowest since May 2020, since the beginning of this pandemic as well. We can go to euro real fast. I want to show you that. We see euro get all the way down here. I think I have euro on my charts already. already. Yeah, let's go to Euro charts. You see Euro USD get all the way down to 109, you know, all the way down to actually went to 1.0866. You know, this is like it has been this low since a while. So you know, Euro gets all the way down here as well. It hasn't been this low since May of 2020. You know, so this you know, we're not going to say it's a war, you know, because it's still, you know, there's meetings still being established between Russia and Ukraine. We won't say it's a war, but we just will say that this attack on Ukraine and you know what's going on with Russia right now has been affecting the market. You know, with every pair, you know, oil, euro, gold. All the pairs, has like volatility in the market has been, been increasing because of this, what's going on right now globally, in Europe, in Russia, with Ukraine, what's going on globally, it could be affecting even the US, as far as um, gas prices going up, and we should see this going on in the wintertime, as it's still summertime, during the wintertime, getting close to the wintertime, getting close to July, August, is right around the corner as well. We should see a lot of updates will be going on as far as globally with everyone. So I would just say save as much money as you can during these times, during these times of the pandemic, COVID, everything that's going on globally. Just save as much money as you can gain. Um, as this is going to affect everyone in the future. A lot of policies and things is going to change because of all of this. So just be aware of this. It's good that we go over fundamental news so we're understanding what's going on globally, economically, worldwide. So I just wanted to update y'all on this, and we'll go back to Bloomberg for a little bit more. But I just wanted to get you an update on what's going on right now. We've seen Ukraine attack Russia. Um, you know, um, uh, we've seen Russia attack Ukraine. I'm sorry about that. We've seen Russia attack Ukraine facility, and this is why Zaporizhzhia, and this is why we've seen gold head up from basically take profit 12 from March 3rd all the way up from 1930 all the way up to 1970. And the market closed right now. Price is at 1970.43 USD. Market's closed, and the market picks up tomorrow. So this is affecting everyone, all the markets, all the pairs. Euro goes down to its lowest. It hasn't been down there since the beginning of this pandemic. But just be aware of this. Fundamental news is important.
Thing. And there was a story overnight from the European team at Bloomberg talking about how it's almost a given that the ECB will push back any rate hiking cycle in response to what you're seeing right now with commodity prices.
And just to pull through the European lenders, UniCredit, Tom, down by 9.4% this morning. Looking at Deutsche Bank down by 8 percentage points, SocGen down.
This has to affect Euro. This going on with Europe. So that's why the Euro, USD is being affected as well. Like this is affecting all the pairs. Great Britain, GPUSD, all the pairs is being affected by this. What's going on with Vladimir Putin attacking, Ukraine, Russia military is attacking again. Ukraine now Zaporizhzhia facility, Ukraine nuclear plant. So and they're currently took control over nuclear Ukraine nuclear plant as well. So this is why Euro USD has went down as well. Gain
down by 8% as well. ING off by 7. Pretty brutal out there for European banks.
This is old world analysis of Nassim Taleb, Noel Rabini, even the great Stephen Roach does this. You go to the balance sheet analysis. We can't do that with Russia now, John, because they have really not adjusted, including ruble. But in other places, those adjustments are happening in real time.
Lisa, these weekly moves are something.
Honestly, if you take a look just even at benchmark European stocks, they are down for the biggest weekly loss going back to 2020 at the height of the pandemic. You could see the move, honestly, on wheat. I am just blown away on this. 40% weekly gain. That is what we're looking at with limit up types of price action every single day as people game out what could potentially happen from the Ukrainian disruptions. This is just unprecedented.
Some big moves in the market and some big developments overnight. Overnight, you will have seen the pictures of a nuclear plant coming under attack by Russian forces. We understand the fire has been contained. The fire broke out at a training complex. The IAEA informed us this morning no change in radiation levels, and the essential equipment was not affected. That's the good news. Russian forces now in control of the site, and we'll be exploring the headlines for you throughout the whole of this morning on radio, on TV. This is Bloomberg.
Again, you just want to go over fundamental news again, again, and this is even affecting Euro. And this has to do with Europe as well. So all right, gang.